if you do any kind of surveys or research or polling and you are not using Google Forms, then you will want to stay tuned for this video because I will show you how absolutely powerful, effective, and simple Google Forms can be. Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is the Part-Time Economist, and in today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to Google Forms. So, who are Google Forms for? Why are they so awesome? And then how do you actually get started using them? So, first off, what are Google Forms? Google Forms are basically online surveys, but they're more than that. They're a data entry system that you can use to collect data really about anything. So you could ask potential voters, what do you think about these candidates or these issues? You could use a Google form for looking for a new job candidate. So have someone fill out what their skills are, upload a resume. You could use Google Forms for reserving seats at a restaurant. Literally anything where people enter data, you can do through Google Forms. There's a lot of things that allow you to do that, but the reason that Google Forms is so absolutely fantastic is because number one, it's free to use if you have a Google account. But number two, it will automatically link those forms to a Google Sheet. So you don't have to worry about mailing forms and having people scratch in their answers and you're trying to understand what they wrote and then you're entering it wrong into the computer. You're having to pay someone to do data entry. With Google Forms, it will literally just pull all that data for you into a Google Sheets so that you can conduct further analysis. And did I mention it is also free to use, which is super cool. So how do you actually get started using Google Forms? Well, obviously you need a Google account, but it's pretty easy to get that set up. I won't walk through that here. What we're going to do is go to google.com/forms, and then we're going to click on Go to Forms. What you will notice here is that within this, we've already got a lot of templates. So if we're just trying to get people registered for an event, we click on the event registration form and it automatically has pre-filled all of the important things that someone would need. Again, the templates, they're there, they're easy to use, they've got cool little artwork on them, but I want to show you how to design a form from scratch and customize it to your needs. So the first thing we're going to do is go to a blank form, and obviously there's going to be nothing there. So this is basically going to be the title of our form. This is how we are going to keep track of it. And we want to put crypto sentiment. So throughout this video, I'm going to be pretending that I am designing a form for someone that's researching the cryptocurrency market in the United States. Obviously, these forms could be adapted for any scenario. So you're a marketing person. You're trying to get customer input regarding a new product that you're launching. You're trying to ask people what they think about a presidential candidate. You're trying to get a new job hire for one of your open positions. As we go through this, I will be doing it from the crypto researcher perspective, but I'll try and add in where you might want to make changes for some of those other considerations as well. So title, crypto sentiment, and this is what people think about crypto. All right, that's our form. That's it. Now what we need to do is start asking questions. So obviously we're going to want at least one question here. So very basic. Do you like crypto? All right. Do you like crypto? Well, by default, it's going to give us a multiple choice. So Google Forms allows us to enter questions, but also select different types of questions. So short answer, multiple choice, paragraph, drop-down menu. We've got a variety of different things here that we can do, and each of those has different advantages. So for a simple, do you like this or do you like that? Well, multiple choice might be good there because we can put yes, let's spell that correctly, and then we can put no. Very simple, and it automatically filled that no in. So do you like crypto? Yes or no? It's a very simple question, but also very powerful. We could say, hey, based on this survey we sent out to 1,000 people, 37% of Americans like cryptocurrency. But we can get a little bit more into depth than that. We can add this plus sign, and that will give us the option of another question. Let's suppose instead of just asking people, do they like crypto, we say, what cryptos do you like? And we're doing this obviously with cryptocurrency, so we can say ADA for Cardano, we can do basic attention token, we can do Bitcoin. And then of course we can add an option for other. But we could also, again, going back to the example of we're trying to have a new job candidate, we could say, what skills do you have, or what programming languages? And they might have Python, they might have Java, they might have a couple different ones, or they might have some obscure language, right, that is still really cool and really important. So that's what that other box is going to be for. So we've got the basic multiple choice, which only allows them to select one. We've got this, which allows multiple choices. And I want to cover a couple more options here. We can do a file upload. So again, this is more if we're looking for a candidate. So we could ask them some questions. Are you a team player? Have you researched the company? Various things like that. And then at the end, we could require them to upload a file. Another thing, if we are doing some kind of an appointment, right? We are trying to set up a meeting with people that might want to invest in cryptocurrency. We can add in a date here. So what day can we meet? Well, we can have them click on the calendar to fill that out. One last thing that I do want to show you is I want to show you how to make a question required. Now, why would you want to make a question required? Let's suppose that, well, I'll show you first why we wouldn't want to make a question required. If we are doing our crypto sentiment spreadsheet here and we ask someone what cryptos do they like, they might not have any experience with that, right? They don't know what ADA or BTC or Bitcoin is. They just know cryptocurrency. They understand a little bit about it. They think they might be interested in it. So we would still, do you like crypto? We could still use that information, right? And say, hey, 27% of Americans like cryptocurrency. Yeah, we would like what cryptos they prefer, but if they don't have that, we can still get data out of that. Now let's flip this around and suppose instead that we're trying to set up a meeting with a new job prospect, right? What is your email, right? We ask them, what is your email? And they don't answer that. Well, we can't get in contact with them, right? We have no way of contacting them. So we don't want them to be able to submit the form unless they fill that out, right? Because it's not going to be worthwhile for us. Kind of the same thing if we were doing the job interview, they didn't upload a resume. By flipping this switch to required, it makes them do that before they can submit the form. So just for an example on this form, we're going to go ahead and make that required. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just show you really briefly. You can make this a little bit prettier. You can change up the colors. You can also put a little header image there. You can upload one. And again, that's just kind of making it prettier. It doesn't affect the data collection a single bit. So this is the basics. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and show you how we can view our form and actually send it out to people. So to send it to people, we're going to click on this send. It will have a couple different options as far as how we want to send that out. Do we want to email it? Do we want to put a direct link? So again, if we're doing crypto research, we could send this to our email list. We could have it as an advertisement on a cryptocurrency website. But then if we want to actually see our form before we send it out, we click on this little eyeball that says preview, and here we have the form. So do you like crypto? What crypto? And I'm going to leave this blank on purpose so you can see. What day can we meet? Well, we're going to go ahead and pull that up. What is your email? I'm not going to answer that. What you'll see is that it is not going to let me submit this form until I click yes. Do I like crypto? Or no, I can click either one, but I have to give a response. This is why it is so cool. Once I click submit, what it's going to do is it's actually going to start storing that information. So I click submit and it says my response has been recorded, but let's suppose that we are the person doing that job hiring. Let's suppose that we are the person doing that research. We actually want to see where are these responses, where are they getting stored, and how does this process work of pulling form responses into Google Sheets. So in order to find that out, we go back to the form, and what we see here, we have the little number 1 for responses. And again, I just did one form and it just gives us this basic data. But what we can do now is we can click on this create spreadsheet. And what this is going to do is it's going to actually import all of that data into a spreadsheet. So if we had 1,000 people fill this form out, we would have obviously 1,000 responses here. We could start creating charts. We could start creating graphs. We could start doing regression analysis if we wanted to. But this is the key thing. It's great to be able to send forms. It's great to be able to get responses. And even this basic level breakdown that it gives us, that's still pretty useful. But the ability to be able to pull that into a spreadsheet without having to worry about paying someone to transfer that over or worrying about someone mistyping, that is absolutely huge. So you can look at some of the other Google Sheets tutorials I have done if you want to look at how to actually analyze and break that data down. But as far as actually getting your form set up, sending it out to people, and then calculating all those results, that's a basic overview. I hope you found it useful, and I do appreciate you watching.